while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks. Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown's Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $15 off any regular priced athletic shoes with respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, and On Running. And don't forget, Brown's carries a large arrangement of sizes and widths to fit your feet properly. Start your spring off right at Brown's Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Get ready for the largest dirt late model event in Nebraska, race fans. The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is heading to Eagle Raceway's High Bank Heist on Thursday, May 15th through Saturday, May 17th. See the greatest dirt late model stars in the country compete for $10,000 to win on both Thursday and Friday, and an enormous $50,000 to win 75-lap main event on Saturday. The High Bank Heist, May 15th through May 17th at Eagle Raceway. For more info, visit eagleraceway.com. Let's go Lucas Oil Late Model Racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Cinco de Mayo is May 5th, but the party starts early this year at Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina with their street festival on Saturday, May 3rd. Come down to 8th and Q starting at 1 p.m. on May 3rd and see llamas from Sweet and Sassy's Llama Farm until 4 p.m. and enjoy face painting and balloon animals with Miss Shades at 2 p.m. DJ Wyatt will entertain from 6 to 10:30 p.m. There will be drinks, food, and giveaways, and best of all, no cover charge. It's the early Cinco de Mayo Street Festival with Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina, Saturday, May 3rd, beginning at 1 p.m. at 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Fight fans, May 3rd, Dynasty Combat Sports hosts the first bare-knuckle boxing bout ever at Pinnacle Bank Arena, pitting Lincoln's Tower Robinson against McCook's Thomas Thatcher. Additionally, MMA bouts will see champion Nate Morrow battle Nebraska City's Brett Minner. University of Nebraska wrestler Tyler Berger makes his pro MMA debut, and Hunter Green takes on Husham Zadow for the amateur featherweight title. Also, professionals Brady Minner, Sean Lindgren, Justin Weaver, and the debut of another Nebraska wrestler, Bubba Wilson. 16 fights are scheduled Saturday, May 3rd at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Fight cards subject to change. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com or at the Pinnacle Bank Arena box office.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, old school? Jay Foreman, Austin Norman. Brought to you New School Way, 1040 O Street on this windy Monday. Pre-Armageddon, springtime. Always that late spring, I don't even know if it's shower, tornado warnings / snow before school gets out. But we are brought to you by the Mercado, certified Piedmontese, special ingredients of Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, 85th and Old Cheney / Andromat, and 168th and Maple up there in the O. Covered a lot on the block. Obviously, big draft talk. Shedeur Sanders, how he fell, why he felt, or why he failed or fell in the draft, and where he goes from here. That goes for all the draft picks, and one thing that, we'll just bounce all around when you talk about the draft. And the big thing, I guess for me, if I was a quarterback, the biggest slap in the face if I was Shedeur Sanders was New Orleans Saints drafting Tyler Shaw. And you get a little bit of excuse serum there because Kellen Moore and his type of quarterback, but I think Tyler Shaw is a good athlete for being 6'5". He's pretty fast, but he's not so much faster and that much of a run threat at 6'5" versus Shedeur Sanders. He's not Jalen Hurts.
No.
He's not Lamar Jackson. He's not even Dak Prescott in his prime when Kellen Moore had him. Yeah. And when Kellen Moore had Dak Prescott, he rarely ran RPO or anything like that like he did with Jalen Hurts. So his style has changed based on the quarterback.
So why doesn't RPO work in the NFL like it does in college?
RPO
is for people that might not know.
RPO generally works, and everybody. First of all, I don't want to burn people's ears. RPO didn't start with Oregon. It started in Nevada with Colin Kaepernick. I remember being up one night. I was like, man, let me just see what Nevada football looks like, right? Colin Kaepernick looked like a dork when his picture came up. Man, the dude looked like Forrest Gump. He was breaking every time I said, I was like, dang, this dude is good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Within Oregon and all that stuff and whatever. But the reason the RPO generally works when you are superiorly talented or better, or you have superior talent to your opponent. Offensive line wise, quarterback wise, or you have a guy like Cam Newton. Now, Cam Newton had a Greg Robinson and all them, so that's his talent, right?
Yeah.
When you look at Florida, when it had Tim Tebow, just look at their starting lineup.
Percy Harvin, Aaron Hernandez, Pouncies.
Just look at it.
Yeah.
That's why. I mean, obviously, it's the play calling, and it's the 11-on-11 factor, where you got to, account for the quarterback, and you got to, and it puts whoever they're RPOing off in a catch-22. But we've seen when Oregon was really rolling with Marcus Mariota, Stanford to go up there with less talent and shut them down at times.
Mm-hmm.
And the best way to stop an RPO in the league or in any league, but more taking the NFL, is a running attack or a controlled passing game or the ability to eat up clock. Because the more pressure you can put on any offense, let alone an RPO, and the more pressure you put on them, they get more predictable. So they can be more. They tend to play a little bit tighter.
Mm-hmm.
And in tight situations is an offense. So, but I don't think Kellen Moore is going to do that. And the reason why I'm saying it is now the news report comes out because Derek Carr was given a sermon. His shoulder injury isn't as bad as what people are saying. He's actually kind of mad. Now you got Tyler Shaw. They're the same quarterbacks. Can run enough, move around the pocket enough, throw off schedule, and provide enough quarterback run to keep you on your heels. Not RPO.
Mm-hmm.
RPO is more or less what Chip Kelly's doing with those two quarterbacks he drafted.
Gotcha.
Because those are run first quarterbacks from what they played, respectively. So we shall see, man. I think it's that situation is going to be definitely interesting because Derek Carr's shoulder's injured enough to where he has his own second opinion. Mickey Loomis said it's going to be a competition. So that means he's not on easy street or solid ground. He'll be there this year. but Derek Carr is coming in as the starter. But it lets you know they drafted Tyler Shaw as a potential replacement.
Which is kind of the opposite of what Seattle did, right?
Yeah.
Whereas New Orleans went with, what's our blueprint? Let's get another guy like that so we don't hypothetically have to skip a beat if, say, Derek Carr is down and a little longer than anticipated, doesn't start the year, or vice versa, if Derek Carr does go down again. Not exactly the paragon of peak physical health. So if Derek Carr goes down, Tyler Shuck's got to slide in right away. That is an older guy who, kind of like Bo Nix, Jay, pretty much has to be ready from the jump if you're just looking at pure, draft slot value.
Yeah, I mean, you don't draft these guys. They don't draft these guys anymore to develop them. You draft them to play them. You got to play them. That's why it's always, when you look at the New York Giants, like, you draft this dude after you sign 2 veterans, and you could say Jameis would be, Russell's year to year, Jameis at least 2 years.
Yeah.
And you draft this dude, and then you the first thing you say is like he's going to sit on the bench for a couple of years. You essentially drafted a 3rd round draft choice.
Well, him and Penix, right? Yeah.
Like
back-to-back years.
So what are you thinking? Kirk Cousins didn't get hurt. Michael Penix doesn't play.
Right.
And Michael Penix had a couple flashes. Wasn't Jaden Daniels-ish. No. So it's always weird to me, what their decision. And this isn't about Shedeur Sanders. This is just strictly about Jackson Dart. If you're picking him, you start him.
Yeah.
Or have plans to start him at some point. If you're picking him, thinking he needs to develop, he needs to learn how to play. They say play without the ball, meaning, pre-snap, checks, pre-snaps, alignment of the defenses, getting in and out of the huddle, calling cadences and all that, because there was all concepts, according to him and John Gruden's show down in Mississippi, right? More concepts, and you were like reading the safety, and it's kind of one read. Well, now you're starting at scratch. The only thing that he does better than the guys that drafted at or after him is he's a sneaky good athlete. He has a big arm, but that big arm is on display based off concept. You got to be able to play quarterback, and so now they're, whether it's Shaw in New Orleans or him or Jalen Milroe up in Seattle, where's the plan? Because the biggest thing that helps a quarterback, whether it's going from high school to college to the pro, is have a plan. If you just get a quarterback here or anywhere in college and say just figure it out, it don't work out.
You don't just take a quarterback and say go play football.
No.
If you take a quarterback, you have to have a plan. You should for every player that you take, obviously, right? You see something in them, you should have an idea of what you want their development to look like. But quarterback especially, like, it's not a roll the ball out there position. It's not. It can't be. If you're going to spend a draft pick on a quarterback, any quarterback, very rarely are you taking a quarterback just to fill out your roster, right? Jay, you take a quarterback because you think you believe in them to some degree, maybe being your starter down the line.
Yeah, I mean, I'll ask you this: take Jalen Milroe and Shedeur Sanders out of the quarterback pool. Is there a glaring difference between Jackson Dart, Tyler Shaw, Kyle McCord, Will Howard, and I'll say a healthy Curtis Rourke?
Not a huge amount of difference, I wouldn't think.
And throw Graham Mertz in there without the game or two. They throw 5 picks. No, I'm saying
Graham freaking Mertz, man.
He was good this year.
Yeah,
right. He's got
2 years ago was
yeah. I mean, so he's gotten better since Wisconsin, right? Is there a big glaring difference? So Curtis Rourke went in the 7th round. It was all based on injury because he didn't repair his leg until after the college
the thumb too.
Yeah, but the college football playoffs, he was playing ligament. So that's injury based. You got to think. So he would have realistically, based on the year he had and
MAC Player of the Year at Ohio,
MAC Player of the Year, and how he played this year, you got to think. Okay, maybe 4th round,
4th, 5th. Yeah.
Okay, Kyle McCord, 6th round. Will Howard, 6th round. I would say Dylan Gabriel is different because of his size. Versus they got him at 5'11". He's 5'9.5".
Yeah. And really only uses one half the field.
Right. So what I'm saying is like you picked a guy at 25. New Orleans went way high to get a guy at 2nd round, 8th pick in the 2nd round, and they have no no reason to start him, or no idea, or no plan to start him. No, I think this is a good situation if the Giants sneakily the Giants could be good next year. If
Do you believe that, or are you talking yourself into that?
both?
Okay. Appreciate the honesty.
The Giants situation is like Shedeur Sanders. You can have two different opinions and they both be right. With the Giants, you get Abdul Carter along with Burns and
Lawrence,
or with Lawrence or Burns, Lawrence, Abdul Carter, Thibodeau.
Yeah, Thibodeau.
That's a pretty good defensive pass rush and defensive line. That's not pretty. That is good. It's actually depth-wise, if everybody plays well and is focused, on par or better than what the Eagles are, considering the losses that they had through free agency and retirement. Okay, you got that. The defense was decent at times last year. Then you think of you're going to get the best version of Russell Wilson. Wando Robinson is completely healthy right now. And you got Neighbors, all right, and an emerging offensive line. Because when you look at the Giants draft, let's just look at the Giants draft, right? Here's the New York Football Giants. Let's see who they pick. Here we are right here. They got Abdul Carter, right? Some people were saying that he should go number 1. They got Jackson Dart. They got Darius Alexander to go in there with Lawrence. And Darius Alexander, to me, was late first-round talent coming from Toledo. I mean, you talking about a playmaker and a guy that's emerging. I like him. He kicked butt at the Senior Bowl. Now, these all guys are rookies, but I don't think all rookies are created the same because they're coming in much older. Then you get your boy Cam Scatterboo, who might have the best nickname in the last 4 or 5 years, Nature Boy.
Nature Boy.
So you got him. So now he goes. He's the opposite of Tracy, their starting running back. And Scatterboo, I think, is going to have a nice little career, and being in this situation, I think it'll be used right. Then you got Marcus Bowe from the guard from Purdue, physical dude. So now you're going to the offensive line. Then you got Thomas Fidone, and then you got a Corey Black, the cornerback from Oklahoma State. So when you look at the Giants, considering Dallas is on the downturn, and they're probably saying, you know what, we played Washington tougher than we get credit for, and they could say, okay, well, Philly's wounded because they lost Brandon Graham, they lost some guys. Why not? They could sneak into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Their target right now needs to be the Commanders. We got to knock them off because they're thinking like, okay, Philly's going to be back, and then we got to be the second team. That's if everything goes right.
And I feel like the NFC playoff picture is a little murkier than the AFC, right? The AFC has a lot of contenders for 7 spots. The NFC feels a little bit more up for grabs again this year. You feel pretty good about Philly, like you said. Washington, I would assume, repeats. I'll throw Tampa and I'll throw the Rams in there. That's 3 spots.
Right.
Up for really anyone who's the flavor of the month, flavor of the year to come and take.
Yeah, because you never know what Arizona's going to do. Are they going to last-ditch effort with their coach?
Packers, Lions, I guess,
Packers, Lions.
in the North.
You know, where are the Packers at after losing 2 coordinators?
Yeah.
You know, Dan Campbell, I mean, sure, you know, rinse and repeat and replace, but is your identity gone? And in Chicago Bears, you know, young talent, new coach, and do you get instant success with your franchise quarterback?
Who do you believe more in this year, Giants or Bears?
I'll just say the Bears just because they have their quarterback. He showed some flashes. I'm going to assume he's gotten better. And I think with the new coach, I think they'll be a little bit tougher.
It's just going to be so weird to see a Bears team dominated by offense. This is a team that has historically struggled at the quarterback position and offensively. The best Bears teams are led by defense. To see Ben Johnson come in as, boy wonder with all these offensive weapons, it's going to be a different vibe there in Chicago.
They've never had a franchise quarterback. I mean, DP came in and read all. The names is just, it's legendary. And so I think with the Bears, they had a really good draft. I think they had a really good offseason. I mean, when you look at their draft, look at this. They got Loveland, who I like, and we all like. They got Luther Burden, who they were talking about being the number 1 receiver. They got him in the 2nd round. So there's a value pick. So it lets you know they're doing what they need to do. And then they got your Ozzie Trapillo, who we didn't get to see from Boston College in the 2nd round, who they were talking potentially his 1st round. So you're getting 2 first-round talents in the second round. So you're making
It's 3 first-round picks.
3 first-round picks. Shamar Turner, big defensive tackle from Texas A&M. Hypolite from Maryland. He's a playmaker. I like him.
Side-to-side game.
Right. And then they went and got another. This is the dude right here. I don't know how he slipped to the 7th round. I don't know what his 40 was. That had to be it. Kyle Manunge, running back from Rutgers, went in the 7th round. The 7th round.
He's going to be Pacheco 2.0.
Who people thought potentially was going to be the Big Ten running back of the year.
He didn't forget how to play football, folks.
Right. And there was a deep running back class. So you're getting potentially, when you look at maybe not your starter in the 7th round with him, but you're going to get a guy that can contribute. And you know he's ready to play at the NFL level coming from the program that he's at with Shiano. And so when you think about them, you know, they have a good tight end in Cole Kmet. They got Tooney at guard, which is great for them. Jonah Jackson.
Right.
Yeah, they got Jonah Jackson. And then they're drafting Trapillo to start. So now you just addressed your offensive line along with the plethora of receivers that you got with your franchise quarterback. And defensively, you got Montez Sweat, right, who you traded for. Here's the best guy that they got, Grady Jarrett.
Yeah.
Mr. Consistency, right?
Yeah.
You got TJ Edwards and Edmonds right there. And then the defensive backfield, Jaquan Brisker is a playmaker. He's kind of Penn State, like a do-it-all. So you feel like for them, they got the depth and they're going to be ready to play. So that's why I think they're in a better position than the Giants, just because of the quarterback position. They have the head coach and the quarterback married.
Yeah.
Brian Daboll, I think, is really good with quarterbacks, but it's not his guy there yet because he's not mature yet. So that's a big thing. Annie, I think, I wouldn't say he's in a harder division, but I think the NFC Central is more gettable because Detroit's wounded. Minnesota seems like they're on 1 year off the next, and JJ McCarthy's going to be starting, and he's a rookie. And Green Bay, even though they finally drafted a receiver in the 1st round, it's still Green Bay. And so for Chicago, with the offseason that they've had, why not us?
I know we started this conversation on the Giants. I'll bring it back there for a sec. Are you surprised the Giants went with Jackson Dart in the 1st round instead of getting Jalen Milroe? I feel like there's more Josh Allen starter kit in Milroe than there is in Dart. And Daboll's familiar with the Josh Allen starter kit because he had, Josh Allen.
Yeah, and I think it was a combination of Greg Roman and Daboll who did a really good job of helping Josh Allen with his accuracy. But Josh Allen went and saw that throwing mechanics quarterback coach to change it as well. I do think that. I think you could have went and got, okay, let's just look at the draft here, who they could have got after or around that pick. So who got picked? Let's say 2 picks before Jackson Dart, or not 2, let's say 4 picks before. So let's go all the way from, let's go from 19. You got Ibuka from Ohio State, which you could say, okay, we're gonna do that, right? But then you're going wide receiver before quarterback, so that's fine. You got Barron, the corner, the do it all cornerback. You got Derek Harmon. You probably wouldn't have draft that. You probably wouldn't have got him. Running back, Amarian Hampton. You got Tracy, so no, right? Matthew Golden. You're not going to get wide receiver before quarterback. Donovan Jackson, guard. No. So now you're at 25. Now you think like, okay, could we trade down? So who can win after that? We're not getting James Pierce. We got a Carter. Malachi Starks. I like him.
Wouldn't hurt.
Tyleik Williams, interior defense tackle, Ohio State.
He's
probably too rich. Josh Cornerly from Oregon, tackle. I didn't like him, but the
you can talk
Commanders
yourself into him, but you're not sold on him.
But it's a position in need.
Yeah. Well, Simmons, 2 picks after that.
Right. Or
Campbell.
This is the pick that you could have seen that if they stayed in the 1st round. This dude right here going to be the truth. Jahad Campbell, cold-blooded. He's a really good edge rusher. Bama had good edge rushers, so he played stack linebacker, and he's the best stack linebacker, but he still had, I think, 7 or 8 sacks from the stack linebacker position.
Woo.
He was the number 1 position, he was the number 19 overall pick. He went 31. So even if you picked him at 26 5 or
5 or
25,
6,
26, that value there.
Yeah.
And it's a position of need.
Mm-hmm.
It might be a little bit rich for your blood, but I think this dude is a steal.
And you don't draft guys just to keep them away from division rivals, but if you know that Philly has a need at that position too, hey, if the defending Super Bowl champs see something in this guy,
it's kind of like what you do when you're recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what Georgia does. They sign quarterbacks knowing dang well they ain't gonna play. They just don't want them to go anywhere else. So,
which is maybe unfair to the player, but also kind of savvy from the organizational standpoint.
Good job. Yeah. So we're gonna take a quick break. Come back. We'll talk a little bit Atlanta Falcons.
Woo.
First of all,
what is he doing?
We're gonna talk about my man Jeff Ulbrich. Brick House. What should come of it, but then also what happens with Kirk Cousins?
Yeah.
Because now it looks like Cleveland is out.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's why Stefanski had the gas face when they showed him. So anyway, Jay Foreman, Austin Norman, Old School. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown's Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $15 off any regular priced athletic shoes with respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, and On Running. And don't forget, Brown's carries a large arrangement of sizes and widths to fit your feet properly. Start your spring off right at Brown's Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Buckle up and hang on. This is going to be a good one.
The fans of Kansas Speedway know how to have a good time. One that celebrates fantastic finishes.
Crash together. So close.
And family-friendly facilities. Trading paint.
We've got feuding.
And tailgating tradition. Burnouts. Beer. And barbecue. Oh, it'll for sure be a good time. And you are all invited. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 9th through the 11th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Cinco de Mayo is May 5th, but the party starts early this year at Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina with their street festival on Saturday, May 3rd. Come down to 8th and Q starting at 1 p.m. on May 3rd and see llamas from Sweet and Sassy's Llama Farm until 4 p.m. and enjoy face painting and balloon animals with Miss Shades at 2 p.m. DJ Wyatt will entertain from 6 to 10:30 p.m. There will be drinks, food, and giveaways, and best of all, no cover charge. It's the early Cinco de Mayo Street Festival with Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina, Saturday, May 3rd, beginning at 1 p.m. at 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at koppelcars.com. Stock numbers G121492, G187747, and G196599.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at WindowWorldLincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Old school brought to you new school way. Jay Foreman, Austin Norman. Looks like we're going to batten down the dang hatches again. This is horrible. It's 80 degrees out with 80-mile-an-hour winds.
Can't even grill. Flames get carried away.
No, this is not a grill day. This is not a top 10 grill day.
No.
Also, texters. Any of you guys know how to fix the Traeger?
Oh, what'd you do? What happened?
Oh, pump your brakes now, Jack. See there? See, that's the problem. See, right there, that's how you know Austin's not a real grill master. It's not what I did. The thing it just wasn't.
A master craftsman never blames his tools.
That one, I will tell you.
Okay, what happened?
The Traeger is notoriously finicky. And I almost sold it on Facebook Marketplace. It's probably going back up there.
It's damaged goods now, Jay.
But somebody, you know what it is? They probably have to fix like a wire or something. Here, I'll tell you the first time I ever did a Traeger, right? I thought I knew everything about a smoker, about smoking meat.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll tell you the truth. My grandfather built a smoker out of old fridge my grandma was trying to make him get rid of. He gutted the whole thing and made it, right? And so I just was like, I saw him do it.
Yeah.
Saw my uncles do it. Like, man, this thing is like temperature. All you do is you just plug it in, put some pellets in there. Well, you got to run the pellets before you put the meat on for like 10 minutes and let it kind of like calibrate. Jay Foreman didn't do that. I got it up there, just threw the meat on.
False start, Jay Foreman.
Man, the flames was flaming. And then nothing happened. I just, started over. But I had it, and then it was fine. And then it wasn't turning over the pellets right. So I probably got to just clean it all out, run it through one time. But I'm not sure. And it's not like we have, I'm going to get shout out to your boy A1 Automotive, man. Kendall. They don't have that for Traeger. Kendall, do you fix Traegers? Where are you? You fix everything.
Let's just hit the pause button here for a second, too. I asked, what did you do? You said pump the brakes and then admitted to probably jumping the gun. So I was right.
Something's wrong with it. It's on the bench. And it might be on the bench forever. I might have to get another one. Another type of smoker.
Yeah.
But back to what's smoking is down there in Atlanta.
Dumpster fire.
Listen, man. I will say this. I scouted for a little while. I was a intern, and I was there when we drafted when Houston drafted JJ Watt. I was there and all that. See, Ian Clantonio John said it. Before we get this, listen to what he says. Oh, here he goes. Wait, hold on. He says Traegers are trash, Jay. A real smoker using real hardwood. Yes, you'd be invited to the barbecue. No, that's too much time. I want to get one of those green eggs or something, or something like that, or a Komodo Joe's. I like Komodo Joe's because it's like almost Komodo dragons. Komodo dragons are real life dinosaurs, by the way.
It's true.
That's my theory. Anything that can eat people, they're a dinosaur.
So a shark is a dinosaur?
A version of old
Is a tiger a dinosaur?
Yeah, it's the saber tooth or whatever that one.
Is a lion a dinosaur?
You're going too far, Austin. I'm saying a Komodo dragons look and act like the ones you've seen on Jurassic Park.
Yes.
And what they that is it. They're dangerous. Clantonio John says green egg smokers. Phil, my man Phil says get rid of your trigger. Get rid of your trigger. 1 part grill, 1 part smoker is all of neither. I don't know. You got to clarify that, Phil. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're saying. Big Bird says check your pellets. If they get wet, they'll swell up in the auger and cause it to jam. All right. Well, it's probably not to do it since we keep getting rained on. But I do have my cover on there. Clear your pellet tube and vacuum it out. That's probably what I need to do via Google.
Simple maintenance.
Google me. Now back to Atlanta. Now I scouted before. Now it wasn't as high tech for them, and I wasn't a lead scout. I was an intern, so I was doing a lot of the grunt work, and I was fine with that. I was actually at JJ Watt's pro day, and so.
Would you have picked JJ Watt?
I was skeptical. The only person that wasn't skeptical was Wade Phillips.
Wade
Phillips.
Phillips
Said he's going to be a Hall of Famer, and I was like, because he had like 8-9 sacks, whatever. And at his pro day, he did like outside linebacker drills. I'm like, man, you 6'5", 6'6", you ain't playing no line. I was like, this is stupid. But he was moving.
So you would have spent a 4th or 5th round pick on him.
Yep, and that's why I'm here. like what Tiger Woods told to do. Said, why am I in here and you over there? But Don. But I do know this: all that information, especially personal information, address, phone number, even their agent, parents' information, any health information, is 100% a no to get out of your sight or out of your hand. And a lot of times, well, at least for me, my stuff was left there because I was leaving no stone unturned. You know what I'm saying? And plus, they strongly encouraged me to do so. So for Jeff Ulbrich, who I know and I have respect for him, he worked his way up and he's and all that, and the brick house and all that, and he's a hard-nosed guy and all that. To have his iPad at home and somehow your kid just goes in there and gets Shedeur Sanders' number, that doesn't. That's almost that. First of all, I don't believe it. That's as unbelievable as Shannon Sharp believing his accidentally have his phone on live. I don't believe that for a second. I don't.
Very convenient accident.
So you wonder, and it must be more to the story where the NFL and Atlanta's like, we're not investigating because it's a security breach.
Mm-hmm.
You wonder how he really got it, how long Jeff knew about it, then how long or if the Atlanta knew about it, and then if the NFL knew about it, or how they found out that his son did it, so forth and so on. Number one, he was recorded by his son's friend. Then you push send on the post. Jeff Ulbrich is lucky right now to be employed. And it's not even about, yes, there's been a ton of prank calls, and I didn't get a prank call, but a family friend called. And that'll happen because people probably can access your information or whatever. But
the NFL sends these dudes these phones,
I was
right?
just about to say this. The fact that it was NFL property, and the fact that he was sliding, and the fact that it was posted. When I said there's 13 other layers to the Shedeur Sanders situation,
mm-hmm.
This is Laramie Tunsil with the gas mask times 50.
Yeah.
And now on to top it off is Kirk Cousins, who nobody thought was going to show up to work, showed up to work in his plaid shirt. I'm here.
Remember me?
Yeah. I'm ready to
Hello.
work. I'm ready to compete for my spot. I just paid my last interest payment on my house. I'm not going anywhere. My kids just got in school. He won an award, actually.
He's on the dean's list.
He's on the dean's. I like Atlanta. Hot Atlanta.
Peace up. A-Town down.
Yeah. I just kicked it with Young Jeezy. I got street cred. Hey, I'll even wear a chain.
Hey, look, it's Amigos.
Look, right? Look, man, I'm telling you, they have nowhere for him to go. Nowhere. Cleveland shut the door. Done. Where's he going to go? Because he's got to start. They ain't one place.
Pittsburgh's the last hope, right? If they like him more than Aaron.
Yeah. Well, it's going. Well, here's what. How much are you going to pay for it? How much are you going to pay us to get Kirk Cousins?
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me ask you this. Okay, I hope Aaron Davis listening. If you're Pittsburgh Steelers, who do you want, Aaron or Kirk Cousins? Considering contract, longevity, and situation, both of them are coming off injuries.
Probably
not much Aaron. That's what Mike Tomlin thinks. He likes Miller Lite too.
Probably Aaron Rodgers by a super, super, super slim margin. Probably.
He was throwing with DK Metcalf. Okay, now here we go. Do you now? Is this more? You might want Aaron Rodgers, but Pittsburgh actually wants a quarterback that they might be able to keep for 2 years.
Probably has more of a handle on in Kirk Cousins,
and younger,
and
more invested, maybe.
Probably more invested. Hopefully more invested.
Now here's who could throw the curve on the deal. Pittsburgh says, "Well, you got to take Pickens. You going right back to Atlanta."
Click.
Oh, hey, I got bad connection.
Sorry. Someone's calling.
No, I'll call you right back.
Oh, it's my mom. Got to take this.
So there's significant issues down in Atlanta. That is, listen, I've never, done it. I mean, shouldn't say never. I've had plenty of hard conversations, but I just could not imagine walking in there and talking to Raheem. I mean, just think if you run into Dion at like a coaches convention.
Whew.
Hey, Prime, can I talk to you real quick? Yeah, man. What's up, baby? What's up, baby? This is Prime. I mean, just and give it up to Shedeur Sanders. He was cool, I guess. Whatever. One more thing about Shedeur Sanders, man. Bro, you got to stop, man. You can't. He had a party after he got drafted. Had a big old bag of money. Listen, the optics are not opting. Right?
You start finding some optical illusions because the normal optics.
And there's nothing wrong with it. Because there's guys that, bless the one dude that stayed in the green room
till day 3.
Till day 3. Hey, listen, you know how good that food tastes? Because everybody clear out. I'm having the whole family. You gotta get eaten.
Yeah.
Hey, can I bring my family? You got any friends? Yeah. I'm finding people in town. We eating good.
Rubbing.
Yeah. So just for him, with the perception out there, which I think is unfair, you have to stop throwing the bird up at you know what I mean? But I think it's a catch-22. He's like, hey, I'm going 5th. I went 5th round because you guys are being stupid. So I'm just going to make you just keep doing it. Then I'm going to prove you wrong, and it's going to be even bigger. I personally wouldn't be doing that, I can't tell Dion. I think he's a great dad. So, and it's hard to tell your 21-plus-year-old son what to do. He's a grown man. And that's what, listen, you
hard enough to tell my 1.5-year-old son what to do.
So what can you do? You only can be there with him and hope he doesn't make mistakes. And I don't think this is a huge career mistake, but I think for him, he's fighting the perception. I will say this. The one thing, when Zach Thomas told me this, it just opened my eyes, man. And it made me think of every day that I played differently, even after second and third contract. He's like, and Zach obviously went to a Hall of Fame. He's a phenomenal player. Cool dude too, man. He's like, every day you're outrunning the unfair perception of where you've been drafted. He said, every day. He's like, that's what makes me work hard every day, twice a day. He's like, and let me tell you something. We was working hard after a night before of working extra hard. And he was like, and he made sure we all were there, and we worked our tail. It was probably double time because we had hangovers. But what I'm saying is, he's the perception for him isn't talent. The perception of him is just off the field.
Yeah.
So why even do it? And if you're going to do it, turn the cameras off, or not as much. Don't post it afterwards, because now you're giving them an easy excuse to say, you know what,
we were right.
We were right, and now this is what he's going to do after he wins one game or throws his first touchdown. We don't want that.
Well, it's kind of like Odell and the Giants on that yacht.
Yeah, or the Love Boat up in Minnesota.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, Thunder Not Collins says the frat boy took a perfectly good prank call and ruined it because he couldn't resist posting to social media, and he did it with witnesses. Next time, tie up the loose ends. That is true. They went the bro level went from, it should have been level 5. They went to level 20.
Right.
Like, before we go to break, I just wonder what went through his mind. I went through my dad's personal information during the NFL draft and got one of the most highest profile players' cell phones.
Oh, the highest profile player in the draft, without a doubt.
In the last 5 or 10 years. And I'm deciding I'm going to prank call him in my dorm or frat house with my buddy recording me. And I think this is a good idea. But by no chance it never crossed his mind that his dad could get in trouble.
No shot.
Before we go to break, think on this. Does the NFL have to suspend Jeff Ulbrich? Because they better listen,
man.
You better hope there's not a reporter down there that his back is against the wall that got to get a story to keep his job, because you did. Right.
The real question is, like you brought up at the start of the segment, is how much did Jeff Ulbrich know? I mean, how punishable is the crime of bringing your draft iPad home? You know, what if your kid just guessed your passcode and got it?
Well, don't iPads have timers? Like, doesn't it go black like after a few minutes?
Like, not unless you use it.
Yeah, if you don't use it.
Yeah.
So first of all, you drove home.
Yeah.
Right. So say you worked on your iPad. Okay, so if you left it in your office and say you went to the bathroom, so what? Then he went in there and it times out after a few minutes.
Yeah, but it has the passcode like your phone. So if kid guessed the passcode.
So then is it
or mixed up the iPads? Maybe they both didn't have cases or something. And I'm just trying to come up with any possible explanation to save Jeff Ulbrich's behind here, Jay.
Yeah, listen, you 21, but you getting a butt whooping like you 12. Or was I okay with it because I've been a hydration situation at the crib? I don't know. We'll take a quick break, come back and decide whether Jeff Ulbrich should be suspended. You know, maybe 1 or 2 games. Your college check would be a little light.
A little light.
Yeah. Anyway, Jay Foreman, Austin over. Quick break. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your new Total Wine in Lincoln has the largest selection of wines, spirits, and beers, plus totally low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find, only at Total Wine & More. Now open in Lincoln next to Gateway Mall.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Big Brothers Big Sisters is bringing back Bowl for Kids' Sake. Create a team, raise donations, and join the bowling celebration at Sun Valley Lanes and Games on May 2nd. Every contribution helps to create and support one-to-one mentoring relationships for Lincoln's young people. Learn more and register today at bbbsmidlands.org under the Events tab. Big Brothers Big Sisters, igniting the power and promise of Lincoln's youth for over 50 years.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Get ready for the largest dirt late model event in Nebraska, race fans. The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is heading to Eagle Raceway's High Bank Heist on Thursday, May 15th through Saturday, May 17th. See the greatest dirt late model stars in the country compete for $10,000 to win on both Thursday and Friday, and an enormous $50,000 to win 75-lap main event on Saturday. The High Bank Heist, May 15th through May 17th at Eagle Raceway. For more info, visit eagleraceway.com. Let's go Lucas Oil Late Model Racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, Austin Norman. Quick segment here. We're laying down the law here, I guess. With
the first house.
Time. He's a big dude, though. He still lifts weights. Yeah. He has some big old guns. He's a little short, little bodybuilding dude. I like Joe.
I feel like that should be defensive coordinators, whereas offensive coordinators are like the computer geeks. Little scrawny guys.
Yeah. Yeah. He the one thing about it, he knows what good defense is like.
Didn't play good enough defense on that iPad, though.
It's questionable.
All right, Commissioner Foreman, what's the discipline?
You probably just suspend him like a game check or something, or a day, like a week or 2 pay or something. Mm-hmm. But boy, now you done made it hell for everybody else. because just think, if you go on vacation or something, you can't do no work.
No,
you Jeff Olber, he the problem. It's on him.
Straight up. Mm-hmm. My idea is he still has to do his work, but it's limited to in the office, and they have to like tether his iPad and his phone like it's at Best Buy or something. Like those cables that are really hard to cut through or whatever. You can't just yank them.
You got to make him do like handwritten reports.
The store tags or whatever.
Yeah, but I want you to scout, and I want handwritten reports, penmanship. You know when you get
second grade handwriting class.
You know, you used to get in trouble as a kid.
I never got in trouble as a kid, Jay.
I did. But yeah, he's. I mean, I think they're trying to sweep it underneath the rug, just because I think the NFL.
Is it better to sweep it under the rug and move on, or make an example out of it?
It's better that you want this to go away.
That's what I'm saying.
Now.
So make an example out of it. Happens once, never again for anyone.
This is like when the mafia dudes ask you, hey, how many bodies you got. They was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
What bodies?
I wasn't there. Yes, this needs to go away, because here's why it needs to go away. You do not want some student newspaper dude that wants to make a name for and start investigating what really happened. Because listen, if Jeff Olbrich was okay with it, because you listen.
Well, what they do is they go to Jax first. Student newspaper goes to Jax because if he's willing to post it, he's going to say something stupid to them.
Just talk to the people in the frat house. some dude that got kicked out and not paying his dues, that's the first dude I'm asking because
Right.
he knows everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then it starts.
And he has a grievance. He has a reason.
Right. And he was singing like a canary.
He's singing like a canary.
You just want it to go away. Now you do whatever your discipline is, just keep it at. But the problem is now everybody else got to be on point. You can't go home during the draft and stuff. Nope, we there all day and night.
Sequestered like a jury.
Right. Dudes are way up in Seattle mad at Jeff Olbrich. Jeff Olbrich
Punch in the air.
Yeah, you just imagine that the NFL email that went out. We had a security breach. All iPads, all pre-draft.
All
phones.
team property must remain on team campus.
You got to check it out too.
Barcodes and everything. Equipment manager, you got another job.
It's like it's like an evidence locker. Anyways, man. Well, I always say this, man. Whether you like it or love it or hate it, it was definitely drama. Look, we said before the draft there wasn't enough drama out of it. Well, it was
Here
created.
we go.
Yeah. So, anyways, appreciate you listening on Monday, batting down the hatches. Hopefully it passes us and misses. Hopefully the weatherman keeps weatherman. You are wrong again. Anyway, Jay Foreman, Austin Norman, Old School. We'll holler at you tomorrow.